Hey guys, so we are here hanging out in this glamorous pad, staying at mom's for a bit. Not what we had planned. We're supposed to have been on the road for the last 3 or 4 weeks. We had a massive trip planned to all the way from Denver to the East Coast, up the coast into Canada, across Canada, through Ontario, back into the States, 6,000 miles. And we probably had about 15 reservations at different spots along the way. All had to be canceled because we had a bit of a family emergency. My stepmother fell, broke her arm, so we were grounded. This was after we already had stopped to stay here for a couple weeks due to me having a minor heart procedure. So we're going to talk a little bit about, what's been going on with us, when you're a full-time RVer, the fact that you need to have a plan B when circumstances arise, whether it's a problem with your rig, whether it's a health issue, whether it's a health issue with somebody else in your family. So in the middle of all this, we bought a new RV. That would be number 4 in about 14 months. Not because we necessarily wanted to, but because we wanted to make change. We bought 2 of the 4 rigs that we've had pretty massive issues that really we would have been grounded for months due to the state of the RV industry. So we're going to talk about all that. Thanks for coming in to Rolling Help. Hope you enjoy the video, and we'll see you on the other side.
I'm still soaking this all in. My gosh, we are in our 4th RV within the last 12 months. All of them legitimate reasons for changing and what have you or whatever, but we are now in a Class C, a Super C, Omni Thor motor coach, and it is absolutely beautiful. It's a livable space. I'm going to say that because there's a room for us to navigate through through the coach without taking turns down the aisle, or on the hallway, if that makes any sense. But yeah, we just took this puppy for a test drive, and man, in this wind, which is very high wind here in Denver, it was smooth. It was really, really good.
Okay, so a little, context to this 4th RV in 12 months. How could this happen? Well, the truth is that the RVs that are coming off the lines right now are probably the worst quality in the history of the RV business. So, the bottom line is, we purchased our first fifth wheel. We had electrical problems. Lazy Days bought it back for what we paid for it. We traded up to the DRV. We loved that rig, but it was just too big, and it stressed us out beyond what was the rationale behind why we're doing this, to enjoy ourselves and run our charity. And the distraction of the size of that rig just was too much. A lot of people warned us in the beginning not to go so big, but we did. Anyway, so we traded out of that. We really downsized to a Forest River Solera that you saw in our last video. What happened to that? Well, we drove it from Phoenix to Denver. That's it. And we had electrical problems that basically toasted the electrical system. The stove has to be replaced. The microwave has to be replaced. All sorts of electrical, wiring and so forth. And they don't know if they can get it done for a month. It may be 2 months. So here we are again. So Lazy Days has come through again. They're paying what we paid for the Solera. They're giving us a big discount on this Omni, and so it's an upgrade for sure, but much better quality. Just drove it. Fingers crossed, but we're pretty confident that this is going to take us on the next adventure that you're going to follow us on, which is going to take us from Denver to Seattle, back through Colorado, and all the way to Maine, and then into Halifax, Nova Scotia. We need a rig we can rely on to do this, and we think we picked a winner. So we're going to show you a lot more in upcoming videos, but rig number 4 in, well, it's really 12 months, 2 weeks, but who's counting? Anyway, that's our story. Hi guys, so here we are in our new rig that we bought, I don't know, 6 weeks ago. And here's Chrissy just now taking off the protective, whatever it is, plastic on the fridge. Not because we don't do those things right when we should, but because we have not been in our rig. We had a relative who had a health issue. My stepmother has had some stuff going on, not the least of which is a fall. She broke her arm, so we had to park our brand new rig, and we have been stationary with one exception for about 2 months. So this was not our plan at all. We have spent hours canceling reservations.
And they've been great.
Yeah, they've been great, but I will say it's a whole lot easier to make reservations than it is to cancel them.
Yes.
Most places you can do it online, make reservations, but like even KOA, you can't cancel them online, so you have to call. Yeah. Anyway, so we're, one of the issues that we have had, we had to have a place, a base to stay. And fortunately, my stepmother's place is large enough that it's no issue. But what would you do if you had a health problem, you're full-time on the road, and you needed to be stationary for whatever the reason for a month or two? We're not giving up. We've been full-time for 1 year. We certainly plan to go for at least another. But we had to have that plan B.
Yes,
so
like, what is your plan B?
Yeah, exactly. So, that's where we've been. It's not because we didn't want to be up on YouTube. It's been, it's just been difficult, but we're...
Can I say it?
Yeah.
Can I say it? We've missed you guys.
Yeah, we have. We miss being on the road.
Yes.
We miss dealing with trucks. We miss dealing with problems with our RV. We missed it all. And we don't even know what problems we're going to have. We've not hardly even broken this thing in. Our gorgeous Omni 36, or BT36. I don't even know the model number yet.
4.
So anyway, not a whole lot of earth-shattering RV news, but we welcome you to take a look at our website at rollinghelp.org. The charity is still functioning. We're still excited about giving support to food banks in small towns, and we will be back on the road in no time, and looking for your help. So have a great time out there, and I guess let's talk about one other thing, and that is the continued state of the RV industry and the inability to get anything fixed, repaired, get parts, all those supply issues, all those labor shortage issues, all the things that we talked about a year ago are still just as prevalent. So if you have a new rig and you have an issue, you need it repaired, even if you're full time, if it's an emergency, you need to call a mobile tech, because getting into a dealership is still a month-long affair. I spoke to the service manager at a very well-known national dealership that told me that right now their dream is to have a rig come in and it goes out within 30 days. And they're not hitting that right now. So buyer beware. This is not something that your salesman is going to tell you when you're writing that 6-figure check for a new rig. This is our 4th rig, as we told you in the beginning of this video. So we have gone through a Grand Design toy hauler, a DRV mobile suites, a Forest River Class C that we had for like 1 week. And now we're in our dream rig, this Thor OMNI Super C, which we absolutely love. We cannot wait to really bust it in and put some serious miles on it. So
you made a good point that it's the industry. It's not just the manufacturer. It's the industry. Because if you heard Tony, we had 4 different types of rigs from 4 different manufacturers, and the problem is, they're frustrated.
Yeah.
So
well, they're frustrated.
But the dealership is frustrated.
The only disagreement I would have is that the manufacturers are guilty, the dealerships are guilty in putting these things out as fast as they can, because demand is still high. And they're not warning you, which I guess it's right. Like, okay, buy this product, it's probably going to break and we can't fix it for a month and a half.
Yeah,
because that's literally what they should tell you.
Cross your fingers and toes, everything will be. But it's not one manufacturer,
right. No,
it's the
that's
whole
true.
industry.
Yeah.
Terrible.
And then the manufacturers, the dealerships, and then, the mobile guys are just making a fortune because they have endless business. They're very expensive, but that's really the only game in town at times if you need to get something fixed in a hurry.
Yeah.
So that would be our pearl of wisdom for this video, which we know is kind of lame, but we don't have any travel content to give you because we are landlocked.
Yes.
All right. So I'm Tony.
I'm Chris.
And thanks from Rolling Help.